you see me. I'm getting greedy, I blow the whole budget on me, that's on me, I'm conceited. Treaty, nah, that ain't how we treat it. This right here sound like a three-peat. I put the in it sound like I'm knee-deep, I'm like, oh, you too needy. Me and HB going Juvie and BG, they gotta put my face on no box of Wheaties. I'm praying for whoever think they compete. Salute when you see me. That's all he ever, so that's how you greet me. I'm going to see him.
Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Tucker McCann's got it set up and ready to go. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door. When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Off the play fake, Love. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Butler. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run on first down. Butler, and some room to work. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On first down, it's Butler, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now a 2nd down and 6. Hill going to try and run with it. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Hill. Caught out left side by Robinson. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. McCann's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. In today's NFL, you know, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears weren't realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
From the 27, Hill, throw left side here, complete to Campbell. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Play fake. Hill. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
Raiders 7. Tucker McCann set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Love. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw now, here's Love. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. When it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Right back to him on 1st down. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. He's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Hill. This is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Chris Godwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. McCann's got it teed up. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Play action this time with Love. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal.
Raiders 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
The Hill's throw pulled in by Robinson here. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
They'll run on first down. Butler. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Only able to work it to the 20 after the nice broken tackle.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 2.
On third down, it's Butler. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
3 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 34. McCann's kick up and good. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Option play, and Hill will keep it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second.
They'll keep it on the ground. Butler. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Throwing on 3rd down, Hill. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. McCann's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now here's a throw that's complete, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Love now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At their 49.
Love, they go play action now. And he will find his man Ruggs. And down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a big play there for Vegas. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 2.
23. Raiders 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Off of play action, Hill. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
On 2nd down, it's Butler. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Back to throw. Hill. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it. No, he didn't. On 1st down, Butler. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Out of the gun, Hill. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Hill. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
At the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
And the final readout on Next Gen Stats, remarkable. That ball traveling close to 80 yards in the air. And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. And now we've got a man a little jumpy here. Maybe trying to block the extra point. With that penalty, they only need 1 yard for the 2-point conversion.
And that can make all the difference trying to get those 2 points, right? Inches count down here in short territory. Maybe now they can get the 2 points that they want a lot easier.
So now they'll try it again as they line up to go for 2. Love throwing for it. Flushed out right. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for 2 or go for 1?
I don't. I know you do. But I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally because somewhere the chart's something's going to pop out of the chart and say, hey, man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, trying to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the 4th quarter. Now they still trail by 1. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They'll run on first down. It's Butler, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll keep it on the ground. Butler, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Play action. It's Hill. Man open is Robinson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And Hill's throw on target to Godwin here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Hill looks to throw. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he is going to have the Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Butler, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 111 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taysom Hill scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead.
And touchdown and congratulations. And relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
So here we go. The Colts will go for 2. this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is a big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That can finish things off for them.
Connects with Ruggs, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a game of 17 now.
Love. Looking for Ruggs again, and he's got him again. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Love. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now Love. Quick slant to Brown. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Love looking to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. One last shot now for Love. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one winds